Hello YouTube. So it is November 2nd, at least it is when this goes live. I am trying to do my 30 videos in 30 days project. I am using the 30-day trans challenge that I found on the Miserable Muse, which I think was linked to me from Paige Abendroth, because I think she did something like this last year, or within the last year, but not with videos. And as I said before in my video yesterday, in order to actually be able to accomplish this, I'm going to be less concerned with making sure that I am all, made up and pretty and presentable, as it were. So you get me as I am, and this is how I am today. And since this is going live Saturday and Sunday, I'm recording it on Friday, so I look just like I did when you saw me yesterday. Okay, question 2. How did you choose your name, and what names were you thinking about using, and why? So my birth name is Paul, and under male presentation, that's the name I use, and professionally, that's the name I use as well. But I, my female name is Brin, and the name that I present female under is Brin. In fact, I'm strongly considering changing my name legally to Brin, and I wish I had some kind of actual story to go with it. I don't really. When I was trying to be more out and more authentic to myself with my wife at the time, we were going out to an all-night flea market, actually, that happens here in Chicago area every August, and I was presenting female. It was not something I was very comfortable with yet, and it was certainly something that made her uncomfortable. And I felt very unsafe with the idea of her calling me Paul when I was presenting, well, certainly I was wearing women's clothes. My presentation wasn't great yet. I don't know that it's great yet now, but, it certainly wasn't then. And I said that, I think she ought to call me, she ought not call me Paul. Or maybe she even asked me what she should call me, because I don't particularly remember, and Brin just popped out of my mouth. I mean, literally just like a bolt from the blue. Wasn't anything I'd ever considered, and I had never, for a long time I was identifying, at least publicly, as a cross-dresser, and I was never comfortable with the idea of having a female name to go with the presentation, because I was myself, regardless of how I was presenting. So it was just a matter of safety that I landed on Brin as that I reached for a girl name at all. It was just a matter of not getting my ass kicked because I was a person in a skirt being called Paul. So I started going. I just went by Brin that night, and then I met these girls, and they became my friends, and I was spending a lot of time with them, and they were just really awesome women. They are really awesome women, and they're also shutterbugs, so they started taking a bunch of pictures, and they were taking pictures of me. I primarily interacted with them as Brin, so they were taking photos of me and posting them on Facebook. And when they tagged them, they would tag them as Paul. Well, I had work people on my Facebook. I tried not to, but sometimes, these things can't be avoided. And family, and they were not people that I was quite comfortable yet having, seeing me in a woman's presentation. So I created a second Facebook profile under Brin, and called it Brin Convenient, because I love plays on words. So having a Facebook profile just for my girl presentation was very convenient. Having to have a girl presentation at all because of my identity was very inconvenient. So, just to my life as it was shaped at the time. So Brin convenience seemed just very too cute for me to pass up. And that's just sort of stuck with me. I really liked it enough that I would use it, that I've used it for everything since. Tumblr, Twitter, various other, YouTube, right? So, I just really like it as a sort of nom de guerre. But yeah, so that's where my name came from. And I've hesitated to change it legally. There's a story behind it, and in brief, my mom got pregnant with me when she was in high school, and chose not to be with my biological father for reasons of her own. And she was going to raise me on her own, or with the help of her friend. And she was working with my dad, my adopted dad. And he was smitten with her and was, trying to woo her. And part of her concern, and remember, I'm hearing this, second and third hand, because my mom died when I was 3. Part of her concern was that, he would be raising someone else's child, and that, he wouldn't, that he wouldn't love me as his own. So in order to alleviate her fears, he told her that if the baby was a boy, he would give him his name. So that's why I'm Paul Jr. And you know what? And in fact, he's listed as my father on my birth certificate. So it's sort of a backdoor adoption thing. And absolutely to his credit, I had no idea that he wasn't my biological father until I was in my 20s. He's an amazing man, and he quite literally just made me the person that I am in all of the ways that are important. And it's hard to think about changing my name away from that, because he did me such an honor, and I don't want to cheapen that or seem ungrateful for it. And so I don't want to even begin the proceedings to change my name legally until I have spoken with him about it. And frankly, I am getting a text message. Frankly, I am just scared shitless of having that conversation with him, because I don't want him to be hurt. But it's something that I'm going to have very, very shortly, thanks to 2 emergency room visits where my name made my trans status very obvious. And anytime they had to come give me medication or take me to another room or something else, they had to ask me, to state my name and match it to my, bracelet. And of course it said Paul on the bracelet. So it was very outing, to have to do that. So, I think that's really going to be the motivator for actually legally changing my name. But yeah, so that's my name story. That's all of that. And then, so already 9 minutes again. So I'm really sucking at this keep it short thing, but that's it for me today. You can send me questions, comments, leave comments below, send me a message through YouTube. Actually, I think it's over there now. And you can send me emails at brin@bigender.net. Come talk to us on the forum at bigender.net/forum. And you can hit me on Twitter, too, at brinconvenient. And that's it. See you tomorrow.